works at all. It's a little warm today. What's up? Welcome to the stream. What's up, Zach? How you doing? Can you hear me okay? I got the fan on because it's a little warm. Mm-hmm. Hit me. Cool. Thank you. It does now. So it says message retracted is what it says. So sorry, bear with me. Yeah. Message retracted. It's happened a few times. People come in and troll usually, and then for some reason retract the message, which I don't quite understand, but who knows. How's your day going? Uh-huh. It does. All right, I'm gonna warm up. Oscar, welcome to the chat. Sorry, I don't know that language. I wish I did. Just doing legs today. Going to start out with stiff legged deadlifts because those are typically my most psychologically demanding. And then, oh, there's a lizard in my garage. Interesting. That doesn't happen very often. It's going great, Zach. Thank you. If you guys would like the chat, at least for the lizard, you know. All right, go. Oh, here come the trolls. I love it. At least like the stream. Do something productive. Man. What I'm doing here is I don't like to swap plates on and off a bunch for my working set. So I will do dumbbells for my warm-ups and then get into the working set. Hannah, welcome to the chat. So it depends. It's been about 7.5 years of accumulating gear for the home gym. And so I think at one point I did a breakdown in a few lives ago, but yeah, it depends. You can get pretty moderately priced equipment for a few $1,000s to have a full setup. I have a cable machine, and then I have a power rack here with a lat pull down, and then a rack of dumbbells behind me. And so, yeah, it depends. To be honest, probably not. Because if you think like the highest level, what is it, Planet Fitness membership is $25 a month. You know, multiply that out per year. It's not that expensive. It would take you multiple years to pay off a home gym cost. It's just I try to reduce as much friction in getting to the gym as possible, and so it really works for me to have a home gym. So I hope that answers your question. WH. Yes, a few weights, absolutely, and a bench can go a really long way. I started off in my apartment, 500 square feet, and I had like 2 sets of dumbbells and a flat bench from Walmart. So, yes, yeah, that's for sure, Hannah. I was actually trolling some guy, which I don't usually, and he banned me for no reason. I forgot to sign my other account. Oh, homophobic preacher who was spewing hate, so I feel bad for trolling him. Jeez. Appreciate the likes. The likes and the subs. Like I said, we're just gonna get rolling. Hannah, do you work out at a gym? You got anyone that's in the chat? Tell me, do you work out in a gym, or do you try to work out at home, or what's the setup? Let me get strapped in here. Normally, I'm not wearing straps, but I've got a finger issue that I'm dealing with that's not so great, and so I'm gonna roll with the straps. Usually, I'll strap up for back workouts, but yeah, long way. Yeah, I got you. No worries. Gonna just warm up for stiff-legged deadlifts, and then go to the barbell once I'm all warm up. Jake, I'm not sure if your goal here is. I don't have perfectly straight legs, as you can tell on stiff-legged deadlifts. I kind of have a little bit of bend to my knee. But the point is, send your hips back, keep your chest high, and get a really good stretch in your hamstrings. That's what we're mostly targeting here. So after this set, I'll do 8 or so at this weight. We'll go to the bar. All right. We'll go to the bar next. Oh, man. We'll get going. Go to the gym 4 times a week, could only afford only 4 dumbbells where I'm from. I gotcha. Yep. Cool. Dragon, what's up? Welcome back. It's going well. I have the shiplap panels behind me that you guys saw me painting up earlier. And I got a bunch of work in yesterday, but I was out of town, or 2 days ago, but I was out of town yesterday. So I was in a hotel. I didn't stream yesterday because there were 3 people in the gym, which was unheard of for a hotel gym. So I did my pull workout alone with some music, which was a nice kind of change of pace, but I didn't get to bring you guys along with, unfortunately. So that's why we skipped pull and went to legs. But I got my pull in yesterday, and it was a good workout. I actually don't usually get my biceps sore, and they are definitely sore today. So welcome to those of you coming and passing through. Feel free to like the stream if you would. That'd be awesome. It would help me a lot. Still trying to negotiate with my bum finger. Interesting, we have quite a lot of trolls today. All right. It's so weird to me that like people will get online and just say shit to people. And it's, I don't know if it's like entertaining for them, but like it has no effect on my own like mental health or anything like that. It's just, it's weird. It's a weird thing. Zach, enjoy the DoorDash, man. You'll have to tell us what you got when you come back. All right, I'm gonna do a set of 4 as my last warm up here with the barbell, and then get into a working set. And I think I'm only gonna do 2 sets probably stiff legged deadlifts, because to be honest, if I do curling for my hamstrings, which is that movement, if I do curling, that's not true, Predator. Talking about it doesn't mean that it affects my mental health in a negative way. That's what I was trying to convey. But curling motions for the hamstrings, I can do a bunch of sets, get a lot in. But any hip hinge, which is what this is, it's literally just sending your hips backwards, keeping your chest high, and getting a crazy stretch on your hamstrings. I can do. Man, it's hilarious. We're just projecting, I guess. But yeah, so with any hip hinge movements, if I'm really focusing on the eccentric and really bottoming out here and getting that crazy stretch on my hamstrings, it only takes a couple sets to get super sore, sometimes even 3 to 4 days of soreness on just a couple sets. So anyways, enough blabbing about that. Let me see if I can move you over here. Sorry to give you guys whiplash here. All right. Let me get a drink something real quick and I'll be right back. If you haven't already, just double tap the screen. That'd be awesome. Get a like in there. My all-time least favorite drink, I call it rank water. I just bought a bunch at Costco. So I'm just trying to drink through it. Predator squats. I haven't heard of that. So no, I have not. Please keep it safe for work. Nope. Still same answer. All right. Gonna get rolling here. We'll do a set of 4, and then we'll be pretty much fully warmed up and ready to go. What is a Predator squat or Predator lift? I'm afraid to know, based on how many trolls we've had in here already today. All right. Do you go thumbless grip for this? I don't know. What do you guys think? Neither feels really good with my finger the way that it is, but it's too bad. All right. Well, I'm hitting the stuff here. Whoops. All right. Oh, people are so weird. Why are people so weird? I guess all the trolls come out in the late working hours, apparently. If you're not a troll, say hello in the chat. I'd like to hear from you. I don't know, Dragon. Some days are like that. It's weird. Sometimes I'll jump on, and it's literally just like 4 people right away, trolling like crazy. But I don't know. It's weird. I try to keep positive in here, so I have a pretty quick trigger for that kind of stuff. It doesn't bother me, but I'm not gonna just like have people that want to the people that want to actually have a productive conversation. Try to keep it, clean for those of you legitimate people who come in here with what is it, good faith. So, all right, let's do a working set of this. Stiff-legged deadlifts are really psychologically demanding for me, and they're highly effective for my hamstrings. So, like I said, I only usually do 2 to 3 sets, and I get plenty sore from hip hinge hamstring work. So, all right, here we go. Try not to hit anything this time. The goal here is control this eccentric, which is this, all the way towards the bottom. Bottom out your hamstrings. It'll feel like they're really pulling. Give it a pause at the bottom, and then up we go. Up is the concentric. And then this last one, I'm going to get a good stretch and drop the weight. Stretch, stretch. Oh, man. I don't know. It's weird. Trolls are in full force today. It's all good though. Zach, what you eating? Nice. Veggie burger with fries. Yeah, Dragon, that's a good question. Do you have any tips on getting back strength from someone who's had back issues or an exercise without injuring yourself? Something to keep in mind is specificity is really important, right? So obviously back issues are really broad. I don't know what your particular issue is, whether it's scoliosis or tight hamstrings causing lower back pain or any, dozens of potential things that could factor into having back pain. So I would say that question is probably the most suited for a PT. However, if you're able to do, what's up, Tala? Welcome to the chat. If you're able to do any sort of back work, and we can talk about it specifically in a second, but if you're able to do any specific back work, the methodology should be starting with very low load, which is how much weight do you put on the bar or how much weight do you put in your hands? And then low volume, which is how many times do you do a particular exercise for a particular muscle group in a period of time. So usually we just measure it in weeks. Your volume is how many sets do you do per week. And so ideally, if you have back issues, you want to choose exercises that have low load at first and you do them at low volume. So you don't go into the gym and be like, hey, I want to strengthen my back. I'm going to do 12 sets of pull downs, right? Because you're going to get inordinately sore and you'll feel probably good about it at first. And then you're going to just nope out of there the third time that happens and go, no, I'm not going to the gym anymore because, my back is really sore. So you want to start low volume. So literally just 1 or 2 sets per muscle group. If you haven't done resistance training before, just to start ramping this up. And as you get more consistent, you add more sets and more load, and you progress from there. It's called periodization. And so for injuries, I can't give you injury-specific advice because I'm not a physical therapist, and 2, because I don't know your specific injury. So I would want to run specific exercises by a physical therapist to make sure that they're okay for your particular injury. But if they are, start with low load and low volume. And if it feels good, you do that for a couple weeks and then you progress from there. I had serious kind of low back issues, hamstring, glute issues from baseball that I've rehabbed in the last 14 months or so, just by working up to it. So like I'm not like a real strong guy. Like this is what I lift. This is 135 pounds, which for any sort of deadlift, even a stiff-legged deadlift, is like, yeah, I mean, that's not a lot of weight. It works for me though. It gets the stimulus that I want. And so that's what I do. It's lower back. Yeah. One thing I would say, a lot of people have low back pain that just really have tight hamstrings. Not in all cases, but a lot of the times they're tight hamstrings because your hams, I won't flash you guys, but your hams, there are several muscles, some of which attach to your hip and some of which actually go all the way across and attach to your upper hip area. And so a lot of times if they're really tight, you'll have this low back pain. Sometimes it's slightly off center up here. And then that's really a result of tight hamstrings. There's a guy on YouTube, his catch line is Stay Flexy. So look him up. He does things like nerve flossing and different stretches for hamstrings. Pretty good resource there. Never had back pain? No? Drew Hefe. What's up? Yeah, I don't know if they're if they're RDLs technically. I call them stiff-legged deadlifts. They might be the same thing, to be honest, but all right. Here we go. This will probably be the last set. The cue that really helps me out with this is chest high. So keeping your chest up and hip hinging. If you don't feel the stretch in your hamstrings, you're not doing it right. And if you're not sore, having never done a hip hinge for your hams, again, you're probably not doing it right. Last one here. And then stretch and drop. Thanks, Hefe, man. See you, man. Yeah, it definitely, back day. Sweet. I did mine yesterday in a hotel. Yeah, everyone's got their exercise sounds hustle. If you're, very few people will exercise legitimately hard, close to failure, and not make some sort of sounds. Dragon, yeah, a lot of times it's hamstring related. So I would work on flexibility, nerve flossing, stuff like that. There's a specific move. Again, that guy, I don't remember his channel name. I'm sorry, I wish I did. But if you type in Stay Flexy, he's going to show up. He's this little long-haired blonde dude. But one thing he does that I tried for 2 weeks that really did help my hamstrings was something called elephant walks. So it's like you bend over at the hips, so that puts your hamstrings in a lengthened position. And then you straighten one leg and bend the other. And you keep going back and forth, and you'll really feel it. Your voice is very feminine. Nice. Hey. Do something useful with your life, please. Man. Well, okay. So I think I want to program Bulgarian split squats, which are awful. I hate them, but they are. They work. Part of the reason I hate them is because they're unilateral, meaning you only work out one side at a time instead of bilateral. That's a bilateral movement, the stiff-legged deadlifts. The unilateral stuff takes longer, and the load is just, you like gas out on a concentric failure Bulgarian split squat, and then you got to go to the other leg. So give me a second. Get this set up. Ooh, I could use my box actually, maybe. Yeah, I could just use my box for this instead of redoing everything. Speaking of voices, did you guys hear that James Earl Jones died? The voice of Darth Vader. That was a bummer. Yeah, the king has arrived. Speak. Okay. I'm definitely not a king. All right. Like the stream if you haven't already. That'd be great. Feel free to comment below. I'd like to hear from you guys. More of you guys. All right. I've not warmed up quads yet. So let's just do body weight for a second. Okay, big hoss. We'll get a body weight split squat and then grab a dumbbell to make it be true. Here's a tip for you. If you are doing these split squats, good way to find out where you should put your front leg out here, whichever one is your front leg. Let's actually show this here. Whichever one is your front leg. If you sit on the edge of your bench or your plyo box or whatever you have, and then just extend your leg and put your heel down, that's your front leg position. So then all you do is you stand up, right? And then you can put your foot back for balance. And this is where we're doing our split squat, right? So that's how I find a good position to do split squats. It's going to be uncomfortable, but the goal is going to be to get a pretty good angle. So you don't want to do a split squat and cheat it and go, okay, that's good. It's going to hurt. Like if you do this over and over with weight, it'll burn eventually. But what you really want to do is maximize the angle of this joint here. So instead of going here where you see this angle, you want to go as deep as you can, which means dropping that knee down to the floor and then up you go. So Samuel Jackson. I assume you're referring to MMA, some form, and I don't like to talk about that. Some things can be kept to myself. So my split changes over time. I just came from an upper lower with a leg emphasis for about 6 weeks. That was during a cut though, so that experiment didn't go great. I definitely gained a little strength, but while I was cutting my 8 pounds, you're not really looking for your best gains while you're on a cut. Let's just put it that way. And then right now I'm doing push-pull legs, which is probably my favorite overall, and I'm really happy to get back into it. Food was good. 20% off, nice. There are some, I didn't realize this, there are some hotels that do they partner with those those companies, and they will offer like free delivery, stuff like that. Again, control your eccentric, get really deep, as deep as you can. Drop this knee to the floor. Nice and gentle, don't be dropping out. And get your concentric in. We're just doing body weight for the initial. Wow. Do something useful with your life, please. Good luck. Thank you. Thank you, Haas. Appreciate it. Oh, that left knee's not feeling great today. We'll see if this... Ooh, I don't know about that. Might just be something that needs to be worked out. Oh, yeah. Woo! Haven't programmed split squats in a while. What's up, Hades? Welcome to the chat, man. It's nice to have non-troll people in here. Oh my God. What is wrong with you people? Yeah, so Dragon, I think if you're doing really any sort of strength training, a lot of times it's going to help with balance, because if you're flexing your core stability muscles, that's going to help. The stronger those get, you'll be better at balance. So it was definitely hard at first, and especially when I put a dumbbell in my hand, it gets a little bit harder. So, but it does help with balance for sure. Yeah, Hades, it's been an absolute, yeah. It's so interesting. I wonder if the trolls scale with the viewership. We've had there have been some times where we've had pretty good viewership, and it's been a good conversation, but apparently people just like, I don't know, it's weird. Like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. I've been putting out shorts, not in the last couple days, but I'm gonna do some more shorts here pretty soon. Samuel Jackson, I'm about a little over a year into my weightlifting journey. And so right now I'm just training for hypertrophy. So I'm just looking to build skeletal muscle. That's my goal. Trolling well. There's a school of trolling, I think. All right, let's get a set in here. Make sure the left knee is okay. To be honest, I absolutely hate these. Woo. Give that a second. Everyone knows it's the same person trolling. I don't know. First in my class. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Hades, pay them no mind. Don't worry about it. They say the longer you live, the less you care about what people think about you, and I think that can be helpful and hurtful sometimes. But it's absolutely true. I care about what the people that I have respect in between me and their relationship. Those are the people that I actually care about when they offer criticism. So I don't take criticisms from strangers. Mind don't matter don't mind. Interesting. Yeah. Shop day in school, we did HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Cool. Jules, that's such a sweet comment. Thank you. I didn't expect a random stranger to be so complimentary. Nope, I like it better in that hand. Hey. Man, if I look like this when I'm 60, I'll be happy. Okay. Who matter, don't mind, the nurse who mind, don't matter. Yeah. Yeah, it would be good, ideally, if the people who matter do mind. Wait. Yeah. Right? I don't know. Right. I heard an interesting quote today, and it was, everyone is jealous of what you have. No one is jealous of how you got there. It's not across the board true, but I think in a lot of cases it absolutely is true. Some people do have a lot of stuff handed to them, but a lot of people have worked their asses off for various reasons. And when someone sees the end result, like for instance, this gym, I've had a couple people comment like, oh, that has to be expensive. And it's like, yeah, it is expensive. And it's taken 7.5 years to buy. So, yeah. Samuel, I appreciate the question, and anyone else asking questions, but I don't really answer personal questions on here. So yeah, I'll leave that where it's at. Happy to talk about. Ooh, my quads. Oh, yeah, right. It's been really real crummy. Well, I should say it's been really rainy, not crummy, the last couple days. So it's nice to see the sun, for sure. If you're just joining, like the stream, if you would just double tap the screen, that'd be awesome. And if you want to catch some more streams, sometimes we do guitar stream, chill out, have a drink on the porch, and just play some guitar. If that's your thing too, sub to the channel. And then check out the shorts as well. It's crazy with only 8 people in here. It does boggle the mind, that people actually like spend their crucial time creating multiple accounts to stream a random person they don't know on the internet, most likely who they would never say a word to if they saw them on the street. There are a lot of good people out there doing really amazing things. I've had some great conversations with those of you that are intentional and good intentioned. There are a lot of good people out there. I don't know about that left knee today. Not sure. Ooh, feels like it's still burning. What's the those of you that are either lurking or hanging out, talking, what is something that has happened recently, that's been good. Like in the last week or two or even a month, even if it's something small, like you saw a sunrise or a sunset, you had your favorite coffee recently, you had a drink you really like, or some big stuff. You know what's something that's happened that's been good in the recent future? We did copper fitting and used new tools today while working on this new project. Sweet, awesome. I recently taught myself how to solder copper Hades for the bathroom renovation, and it actually went pretty well. So it was pretty fun to learn. I'm sure you'll be doing that if you haven't already. But yeah, I guess it's sweating copper, not soldering. Sweating copper would be the term. I've seen a funny dude working out today and it made me laugh. Not a whole lot, to be honest. I wish life was more exciting. Oh, you know, I hit three sets of 12 on Bulgarian split squats with 35-pound dumbbells in each hand. Big PR. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. Congrats. I'm not there yet. I don't program split squats a lot. I should more, to be honest. I had it in my mesocycle, last mesocycle, I think. Yeah, Bulgarian split squats where it's at. Not a whole lot, to be honest. Wish life was more exciting at the moment. Yeah, you know, sometimes sorry, no. Yeah, sometimes life is not exciting. So the what is it called? The mundane things, all those things still have meaning, even if you're not going on trips or you're not meeting new people or whatever. Like all the mundane things still have meaning. So sometimes there are long stretches of life that are kind of that way. So yeah. Nothing recent, but I was able to view this total solar eclipse in April. Cool. One of my bucket lists. That's awesome. April eclipse. I think. Did I see that? I can't remember. I had a friend that went out to the zone of totality. That's awesome. Oh, cool. Well, might as well pitch it now, just for the fun of it. Yeah, my legs are not feeling good. Here we go. These dog tags up here are for subscribers who have been with me. And my goal is, I got to figure out, if you sub to the channel, but if you just drop in my channel description, there's a link for Buy Me a Coffee. If you drop like $1 or $2, just a couple bucks in there, so I know your name, I will hand stamp dog tags like I did for these 3 people up here, Hades and Zach. So if you drop me just like I said, $1 or $2 thing in the Buy Me a Coffee, this link in my description, I will hand tap your safe for work username, big caveat there. If it's not safe for work, I will not be stamping it, so don't waste your money. But if you want a dog tag stamped by me and hung on the wall like these 3, drop $1 or $2 in the Buy Me a Coffee link, and I will stamp a dog tag for you and subscribe to the channel, obviously. I would do it just for subs, but I don't have any way of knowing, as far as I know, like who subbed. So if I was able to go back and say, oh, during this stream, these 4 people subbed, I would just do that. But I don't think I have a way of knowing the names, like the usernames of people that subbed during a thing. And so that's why I'm saying drop me a buck or two in the buy me a coffee. And then that way I'll know, like it'll have some username, or just drop a note in there. I don't know how it works, but so yeah, you guys are the original. All right, let's get another set in here. And like I said, I'm gonna do one more, but it's concluded. Although I could be wrong. I have changed it. Oh, convoluted. I got you. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I might have to dig in that. I wonder if it's on the desktop. I've never done any YouTube, like having a channel. I haven't done any desktop stuff. Holy moly. All right, let's get another set in here and we'll get rolling. Ah, I see. I have to have public settings on. Okay, interesting. Ugh. I'll be happy if I get 6. Ugh. 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 Good. Yeah. Okay. Woo. All right. Give that a minute and then go on to the left and see how. We got my friend to subscribe to you. Cool. Thanks, Hades. You're awesome. Appreciate that, brother. Just ultimately customize your profile with colors. Mine was always the orange and red background. You remember that? I was really young. It was nostalgic. Let's see. When they let you customize your profile with colors. I don't remember that. I was definitely around. I want to say this channel is like over a decade old for sure. Maybe even longer. I think probably if I saw it, Zach, I'd be like, that's what you're talking about. Yeah. Whew. I drank all my water. Yeah, you'd recognize it. They stopped around 2013. Okay, yeah, probably so. All right. Let's finish off this left leg here. Woo! The legs are shaking. If you're doing leg day and your legs are not shaking at all, probably push yourself harder. There are reasons not to push yourself harder, but you better have a good one. I don't. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I don't. It's fascinating. Oh. Woo. Okay, let's do it. Come on. I so dislike this. I'm a big fan of like, you should do some exercises that you really like to do because that kind of helps the psychology a little bit. Woo, shaking. But if you only do exercise that you hate, it's probably not a sustainable practice. So I do program stuff like this that I absolutely despise. Occasionally. Okay. Brutal. Today was my gym day. Got 2.5 hours in during school. Wow. That's a lot. I got 2.5 hours of driving in today, back from my client. My job involves a bit of travel. So mostly driving, occasionally flying, probably on average a couple times a quarter I'll fly to a client, but most of my clients are within maybe. Theo, appreciate it. Most of my clients are within driving distance, and so the joke is when you get this role, you like put on weight because you're driving around for a while, and so I kind of wanted to not do that, and I'm more fit than I was this time last year for sure. It's more difficult. Yeah, Dragon, we were talking about, I think on the painting stream I did, Zach and I were talking because I think, Zach, you said you're left-handed, and you know, a lot of people are left-handed, left-eyed, left-footed. People have dominant parts of their body. I think some of that is neurological, right? You're on your left side. And then also I find that that's true for me. So then I start on the left side. And a lot of times it's a systemic fatigue that's pretty transient. That is the reason that my left hand side lags a lot. And so sometimes I'll start with my left leg and go to my right, and it kind of mitigates that a little bit. Yeah, true. All right, Theo, take it easy. Yeah, one thing I was going to say is I feel like, especially in the last decade or so, the last 10 years, there's a lot of like social, what would you call it? Social rhetoric that's pretty typical. So either like, keep it safe for work, Leo. I got a Theo, sorry. I got a quick trigger here. But a lot of the social rhetoric is pretty pessimistic. You know, stuff like around being in a relationship, having kids, what kind of job you have, like all these things kind of come with like the classic rhetoric, some of the cliches. And I've just like, in the last 10 years, I'm like, I don't have to be like that. And so I just decide to order my life in a little bit different way. It's just got more pessimistic. Yeah. I think sometimes I wonder if that's true. If the world has actually gotten more pessimistic, or if it's just there's a different prevalence of communication, like our ability to communicate over the internet. You know, like any number of these trolls, like they would never say this to your face. If you were walking down the street, like they would not say these sorts of things to your face. And so I wonder if like a lot of the what we view as pessimism, it comes from that. And it could be true that we're more pessimistic just in general. So yeah, I don't know. It's there's a lot of really good stuff though. Like I said, when you have particularly difficult times, it's good to try to find the positive things, and not to be like just like blindly optimistic. That can be, somebody telling you to just think positive can be just as like disheartening as somebody not caring or yeah, it's not necessarily the most helpful thing to be, well, look on the bright side, you know. It's like, okay, well, so Hades. It does seem so. I don't know if the it's okay. It's all good. I was surprised by some of the viewership, but I guess it makes sense. Yeah, probably so. It's all good. Yeah. Double tap the screen if you haven't already. That'd be awesome. Check out the channel, subscribe if you want to, and check out the shorts. I'm trying to get a few more of those posted up here pretty soon. It's been kind of hard with the work schedule lately. Mookie, I have no idea if you're welcome to be the 10th. Oh man! So one thing I didn't realize until literally 2 weeks ago, it's called overhead dumbbell overhead pullovers. And so I lie on my back on a flat bench, put a dumbbell on my hands, stretch as far back as I can, which extends your lats here all the way through and extends the long head of your tricep. And then you just pull up to 90 degrees while you're on your back. And what I didn't realize is for months, I've been doing that exercise. And while it does work my back, the most sore I get is in this long head tricep portion. And so anyways, I did my pull workout yesterday in the hotel gym and did the pullovers, and now the long head of my triceps are super sore. Man. You know what I'm most, this is kind of goofy, but this, I love this. I put a level up on the wall and struck a line across, so that line is perfectly level. And then I used my square to make 1.5 inch marks, because these are an inch long. And so they're all these tags are exactly level and the same distance apart. I don't know. When I look at them, I'm like, it makes me happy. I had so much hope. No, not really. None at all. So, what day is it? It's Wednesday, isn't it? Seems like it should be later in the week. Oh well. Oh. Kind of want to get some more sets in for my quads, but I'm also, I don't know. I feel like that was a decent workout. Stiff legged deadlifts. Still trying to figure out if I want to do a push-pull legs off sort of split, or do I want to do push-pull legs off, so 6 out of 7 days. That's pretty rough. I've done six day per week mesocycles, and they get pretty taxing by the end of it. Jessica, welcome to the chat. I like workout, me too. And I was on the 5th week of that mesocycle, a 6 day per week meso, and that's when I hurt my rotator cuff. I was doing bench. I had a great progression going. I had upped my reps week over week, and it was going really well. And then I just slightly internally rotated, and really messed up my shoulder. So that was a bummer. I almost made it to my deload before I got injured. We already lost an hour of daylight in September, did we? Is that true? That'd be crazy. You think you're going to do a guitar stream this weekend? Yeah, probably. Um, I had plans for the whole weekend up until about 6 hours ago. Um, and but that fell through. So I will have a free weekend of mostly working on the bathroom, but I'd like to kind of chill out um, and do a guitar stream. Hades, I'll see if I can schedule it. If I can get a read on my weekend, maybe Saturday night, I'll do or sometime on Saturday, I'll schedule a time on Saturday night um, to do the stream. Okay. You look like you lift many pounds. Maybe. That's all relative, I guess. There are people that are way stronger than I am. 50 something minutes. Okay. Yeah, that's quite a bit. Dragon, where are you from? Remind me. Are you New? Who am I thinking that's from New Zealand? Can't remember. Yeah. Zach, I know I've been in the Midwest, like northern Midwest for like some of the winter time, and it's crazy how dark it gets. Okay, never mind, Dragon. I live in the US. Um, it's crazy how dark it gets so fast. Like sun comes up at like 8 whatever, and then like 4 like 3:45 the sun's going down, and it's pretty much dark by 4:45. Um, yeah. Jessica, I have not been to the Philippines. I'm glad that one of our dog tag members is not here in the stream today. Some of you may get that joke, but no, I have not. Jessica, have you been to the Philippines? Yeah, Zach gets it. Has anybody in the chat been to the Philippines before? What was I just saying? Oh yeah, the daylight savings time in the Midwest. There's not a lot of daylight time in the winter time there. But I know there is some bill that was in USA Congress at some point to get rid of daylight savings time. I thought it was like voted on, but I could be wrong. Jessica, why should I come to the Philippines? If I was going to visit the Philippines for a vacation, where should I go? Oh, cool. That's awesome. You get to see Canada. Yeah, I've never been up to like Niagara Falls or anything like that. I should go at some point, but I've yet to do that. Then I've only been to like, ugh, excuse me, I'm tired. The Bahamas. I will tell you what, hotel sleep is never good sleep. It is. It's always a struggle in the hotel. It's like major first world problems thing, but the pillows aren't, like your pillow at home, and it's so dumb. But once you get conditioned to a certain sleep method, sometimes it can be a little bit hard to break out of that. But you come right to house. Yeah, I'm sure there are quite a few houses in the Philippines. I would think. Anyways, like I said, I have not been, but we could do while we're sitting here. Could do some really weird looking forearm work. Ugh. Yeah, it's real veiny. That's gross. Although some people like veins. I don't. I don't know that I can see the appeal, but ugh. Someone thought I got a package from the Philippines recently. I should set up. Yeah, I know phlebotomists really like good veins. I had somebody tell me that one of my veins was too good, and that it when they went to stick me, that it's this one right. I don't know if you can see it. It's this one right here, and they said it was like, I don't know if it was too plump or what, but they went to stick it and it just like rolled over. It's weird, very weird. Give me 1 sec. I gotta check on something. Uh, Guys, I don't know what to do with the stream today. I don't know, man. I really want to go on a camping trip. I feel like I'm overdue for a good solo trip. Yeah, it could be, but this one's less on the nose. uh, I do try to take care of myself. I do my best. That is true. No stereotypes here. It is great weather. I really don't. I do not like camping when it's really warm out. And so I kind of avoid the whole summer's worth of camping, and I go in the spring and the fall time. Like if it gets down into the 50s or even like the upper 40s when I'm camping, that is my happy place right there. Yeah. Uh-oh. Have you guys ever done a solo camping trip before? The color of my phone is, this is a work phone. I differentiate it with a color that's appropriate. Zach, you've never been camping? Ever? Like not even glamping? How's that possible? I did not grow up with a, well, preface, it's not everyone's thing. Like some people hate camping, and that's fine. Like that's, people can do what they want for their recreation, but I did not grow up with a family that was outdoorsy. Oh, hunt, yeah. Yeah, I don't really combine hunting and camping. Yeah, I don't combine it very often. But I do like a solo trip here and there. It's very relaxing. A little bit nerve-wracking depending on where you are if you're going solo, but that's kind of, I don't know, it's almost like a little bit of a detox for me. It's not always bad to be a little bit scared. Dragon, I have fished twice in my life. I absolutely loved it. I would like to have someone teach me how to fish properly, but really the reason I don't currently is because I have a lot going on in my life, Um, sorry about that, guys. A lot going on in the personal life right now that takes up a lot of my time. And so I years ago I was planning on going fishing so I could like eat fresh fish. And then I talked to one of my toxicologists on my team, and he was like, make sure you look up the FDA warnings before you go. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, well, there's FDA regulation or recommendations, we'll say. And for mercury poisoning. And so I was like, okay. And then I looked up the lakes around me, and there's so much environmental contamination that they're like, you should eat like one of these 3 types of fish, like in the entire state. One of these, or there were like 3 species that were okay, and then they recommended like less than 2 portions per week or whatever, which is usually like if you eat a whole fillet or something, it's like 2 to 3 portions. So I was really disheartened by that, and I never decided to pick it up. But what I would like to do is when I go travel to the mountains and do my camping trips, I would like to do like trout fishing up there, so I could go and fish for the food and then cook it that night. So yeah, Dragon, I'm totally with that for a hobby. It's just that doesn't resonate with me at all, like catch and release. But yeah, to each their own. For a hobby, that's awesome. I'm sure it's really relaxing and fun. I have a lot of friends who do that, but I would more want to do the whole first order sourcing of the food type of thing. That's more the attraction for me, I guess. So, if there's a way to fish that didn't involve piercing and suffocation. Yeah, if you're a meat eater, you should absolutely come to grips with that side of the food chain and methodology, and probably to the best of your extent, do it as humanely as possible. That would be good. I saw a documentary about the overfishing of the seas, and holy moly, that was crazy. Like, it was essentially like a couple undercover documentarians went on. JC. No, we got some regulars in here. Okay, gotcha. But yeah, they were like undercover documentarians, and they went and did a bunch of videography and put together this documentary. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can find it. Why? Tuna, interesting. I guess I don't realize that tuna had a smell. I guess it depends on the fish. But, all right. I'm going to probably cut it loose here. Thanks for joining the stream. Those of you that are good faith participants, Dragon, Zach, Hades. You guys are awesome. Hades, I'll see if I can schedule a guitar stream. I think that would probably help for people that want to join them, but if I just kind of keep popping on randomly, I don't know, that's going to help people the most. Dragon. Yeah, Nirvana, just got done with a leg workout, so join the next stream. Probably be back on tomorrow with a push workout. So, yeah. Cool. Well, appreciate you guys joining. Again, you guys are G's. Appreciate all the good dialogue, and hope to see you on the next few. Have a good one.